Hi, Candace. Welcome. I'm going to take my remedies here. My doctor sent me a bunch of stuff for our lungs and stuff. So, how are you this morning, dear? Hi, Yogi. Hey. You want to say hi? Say hi to Candace? Say hey, girl. What's up? Happy Saturday. Yogi and I actually got to do a little Saturday snuggle. You know what? Our last Saturday snuggle might have been in the books if it hadn't been for your little Funkle Dustin. Yeah. Hi, Shandy. Good morning. I'm picking my homeopathic remedies while we wait for people to come in. Hi, Brent. Did you guys see that thumbnail? The picture of the smoke detectors. So the smoke detector that still looks like a smoke detector and not a chocolate donut is that was from the downstairs, and the others were from the upstairs. Is that Belle? Hey, Dee. Hey, Belle. You got your coffee and you're waking up? Okay, that's great. I might make some coffee too here in a little bit. I need some water. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Mia Boca. Hi, Wild Still. Hi, Cheryl. Yeah, Yogi's just being cute. Take a morning. Hey, Smudge. Take a morning. I'm still here. Yeah, he was like, Gran, we're going to do some serious Saturday snuggling. So, but you guys, you know, I realized that I had a copy of the last letter that I sent to the management company in my phone. So I'm going to read it to you guys. And it's going to piss you off. Just fair warning. Hey, Shanoa! Oh my god, stranger danger. Stranger danger. Jesse, good morning. How you feeling, baby? Hi, Stacy. Hi, Dawn. Oh my gosh, Shanoa, I think I haven't seen you in 2 years. Hey, Kimberly. Yeah, so Yogi Bear is liking this lake house. He got up and took a giant poop. So I did a giant poop. He's a happy little boy. Happy little boy. So we moved out of the one-day Airbnb, and we came out here to this lake house. So we're here until Tuesday. I got another Airbnb in the next town over from where my office is. That's really nice. It's got a pool and everything. That we can move into on Wednesday. So right now we're homeless Tuesday night, but I'm going to probably see if we can either stay here or we'll just go to a hotel or whatever for the one night. But at least we're going to have a regular place to stay for 2 weeks. And they said it's not booked for the rest of September. So after I talked to my insurance adjuster, maybe we could just set up the whole month there. That'll hopefully give us time to find a place. We looked at 2 places yesterday, but they were... One we're pretty sure somebody died in, and it's fully furnished, and it's like, the person I think was a hoarder, because you can't use the garage is full of crap, and there's so much furniture in the house you can barely move. So, that one, the house is beautiful, but the no garage is a no-go. And then the other one was a really interesting house, but it was, kind of dilapidated in places and extremely dated. Yogi Reginald Gerard Fraser, you leave purse dogs alone. Oh, look at him with his candy corn. Nick bought him a candy corn yesterday when we were at Home Goods. Yogi, show us your candy corn. Show us. I don't know if you can see it. Yogi, would you stay still? Look, he's got this big old candy corn in his mouth. He's like, but I have my candy corn. Sorry, people. I hope I'm not giving you like vertigo by bouncing you around like that. Yeah, so it's not like, you know, we hoped that we would find a place to live, but we talked about it, and, you know, we don't want to just like take any place where we wouldn't, you know what I mean, where it doesn't work for us, or it's not a good circumstance for us, you know, because I still do have a security issue, so not having a garage is not an option, you know, like, I can't be walking from the house to my car because that's not safe. So yeah. there's that. Hi, Snutter. Oh my gosh, another stranger. You had a lot to work on with yourself, Shanoa. Well, we miss you guys, and the lake is beautiful. We'll probably go live out there later. Our friends who helped us dig through the rubble are gonna come over and hang out with us. Um, so I'll probably go live later out there. But I had my first like full night's sleep last night. I fell asleep at like 11 o'clock. I woke up once at 3 and I was probably up for like a half an hour, but I don't think that's too bad. And then I woke up again at like 6:30. Sunshine loves frogs. Are you Froggy Push? Are you the old Froggy Push? So good to see you live. Just finished live you did I missed out on. Hey Kianish. Oh, you were already here. You can hear him tap dancing. Yes. That was so cute when he said his full name. Well, that's why he's in trouble. He gets Yogi Reginald Gerard Fraser. That's it. That's his full name. Leo Luli Bernard. Stop climbing on the drapes. Miss Yogi so much. Yes, he's such a good boy. Hi, Irish Fairy. You agree, take your time, find the perfect place. I mean, I don't know if we're going to find perfect, but I think, you know, we need to make sure that it at least ticks enough of our boxes that, you know, that it's good for us. And, you know, since we're actually like moving in together, I think like it would be, you know, like, I mean, I want the guys' input stuff too, you know what I mean? So, my doctor sent me some homeopathic remedies. These are for lungs, so we were breathing all the carcinogens and stuff, so this is good for us. But yeah, so I found in my phone the letter that I sent to the last letter that I sent to the landlord, and I'll read it here for you guys, and you're gonna be pissed. Candace, I'm glad we have each other too. You know, like we've always been close. You know, we've been, you know, best friends for a while, but it's like a whole new level of bonding. I don't understand. I mean, I can't even explain it to you. Like when somebody risks their own life to save yours, I mean, what do you do with that? And you know what? It wasn't their belongings in the house. I mean, they had some stuff. They had a lot of electronics, but you know, 95% of the stuff in the house, well, more than that, was mine. And so like they waded through that soot and stuff to help me retrieve my stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's crazy. That's all I can say. So yeah, I mean, it's like a whole other level of bonding. We definitely need to get some therapy though, because like we don't want to go to sleep at night, although last night was good. You know, like you're just constantly worried that you know it's not safe, or you know the place is gonna burn down or whatever. And I feel like I'm sure that'll get better with time, but I feel like it would get better faster if we you know had somebody to talk to about it. So right now I feel like hopefully we're getting to the stage where the adrenaline is kind of dying off, and you know we're able to like try to make some cohesive plans, like things that actually make sense. Yesterday when we were checking out of the other Airbnb, and I'm so glad I didn't see this sooner because I would have gone like screaming, running from the place. But when I stepped out of the bathroom, there was the wiring up on the wall for a smoke detector, but no smoke detector. And I said, Dustin, come here. And I said, stand right here. And I said, look forward. And he looked and he went, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And I was like, yep, there you go. But it's like, you know, it still hasn't hit you, because the other night I couldn't get, my computer was dead. And, you know, I mean, you know, we didn't have any chargers, and we had like, you know, scooped up whatever chargers we could find, you know, in the cars and at my office and stuff. And my computer just wouldn't charge. And Dustin's like, Jan, where's all your cords? Because I always have tons of cords everywhere, you know? And I'm like, I looked at him and I'm like, did you really just ask me that? So we went to Best Buy yesterday. We spent $800 on cords, and I got a whole box of cords, like another $300 or $400 from Amazon. So we're not going to have anything dying now. That's good. I mean, I'm glad that you know, lucky that I have my laptop, because I have like my bag by the door of stuff that I take back and forth to the office, and that and my keyboard were in there. So that's good. At least I have a computer. I might not have had one. Let's see here. Any comments? Michelle Sunshine or Michelle Denver? Okay. Yes. Wicked Lens, it's so good to see these lives. Let us know you're okay. I'm very sorry. Thank you so much. Yes, my doctor is wonderful. I texted him and just told him, you know, what happened, and the next thing I knew, I got one box one day and another box the next day. So he's taking care of us, you know, because that's like what the people from 9/11 died from, was breathing all that stuff. And I was not only breathing it, you guys. The second day, I think Monday and Tuesday, I didn't wear boots, so I was wading in that soot water with in my flip flops. So essentially barefooted, and that's probably not good, you know, because your skin is like your biggest organ and it absorbs things. So yeah, I need to. We do need someplace safe we can call home, but for right now, just to have a place to stay for a couple of weeks, you know, where we're not having to like constantly put our stuff in trash bags and you know, and leave. And we each bought a suitcase yesterday, although I have to say our wardrobe is ballooning. Our wardrobe is ballooning. Like, my wardrobe would take up like half a drawer now, and I told the guys, like, we really need to slow down on the clothing buying, because you know, I think your new calling is to be an advocate for renters or have your own property management company. Well, I don't know about the property management company, but I will advocate for renters. Everybody who rents, no matter where you live, you need renters insurance. You know, it's very inexpensive. If you don't have like, you know, I mean, like, I lived in a 9,000 square foot house. I had a lot of belongings. That's not average. You know, if you have the typical amount of belongings and stuff, you should be able to get renters insurance for, you know, depending on where you live, $30-40 a month. So you think if you skip Starbucks a few times, if something like this happens to you, you could have, like, you know, have your items, maybe not everything replaced, but at least enough that you could, you know, start over and not have to do without. And that's, you know, pretty much where we are. So we're not going to, you know, I'm not going to be able to replace my stuff. You know, there's just not enough insurance to cover that, but it will cover. And you don't even know, like, I bought 3 sets of sheets last night. I ordered them at 3:00 in the morning, and it was $800 and some odd for 3 sets of sheets. You know, and that doesn't even replace all the ones that I was missing, because I've bought like 5 or 6 sets from them. So, you know what I'm saying? And then you multiply that times every single thing. You know, so you got sheets, you got towels, you got shoes. You know, I went on Mercari because I only wear the Nike Juvenates, and I had like a whole Nike store in my bedroom. And you know, they're all gone. They melted. You can see the boxes. The boxes are still there, all neatly labeled with the color and everything. But yeah, I just don't own any anymore. So I bought some on Mercari because they don't make them last night. And you know, just replacing like 3 pairs of shoes used is, you know, $200. So it adds up very, very quickly. You know, $800 on just cords for computers and stuff, and then another $300 to Amazon. So I mean, like I said, just adds up so fast. So you really need the insurance. Good morning, Dana. Oh, well, Yogi and I will take the hugs, and so will Nick and Dustin. They're sitting outside with the little purse dogs. Raina, I'm glad we made it out alive. It's very good to have someone to talk to after a trauma. Yeah, that's you guys. You guys are my therapist right now. Sorry for all that you're going through. Praying for you every day. Thank you so much, Jacques. I don't know if you're Jacques or Jackie, but thank you. I appreciate you. My 3-story log home was hit by a F3 tornado 12 years ago. You understand loss. Yes. I mean, you just blink. And, you know, I think the thing about this, like, I've said this a couple of times, that there's, like, tragedies that happen that should never happen. You know what I mean? Like, people's, you know, there's tornadoes, there's hurricanes, there's floods, there's wildfires. But this was completely, totally 1,000,000% avoidable. That's, I think, what's the hardest. Like, all of this loss, losing the kitties, You know, forget about the stuff. Losing the kitties, those sweet little beings. That was Yogi's little buddy. Him and Karma would play when I was doing my cardio. She would lay on her back and he'd stand over her and she'd just like bat him in the face, you know. I mean, losing the kitties, losing our safety, our security, you know, my place to live, like it's avoidable. That was totally avoidable. And I think that's what really burns my ass about this whole thing. What size shoes am I? Well, I only wear the Nike Juvenate. That's it. They're very thin and they're very, very lightweight. I don't like things, my toes don't like to feel trapped. So I won't wear like regular Nikes. But my shoe is like, my foot is like a 6, but I usually buy a 6.5 or a 7. I found some that were 7.5 and I could totally wear those. So that's what I bought. You pay $14.50 a month, technically, Tracy, for renter's insurance. Everybody in the chat, if you're a renter and you don't have insurance, if you're a homeowner, I already know you have insurance, but if you're a renter and you don't have insurance, get insurance. I have Nationwide, and I have to say they've been very good. And the cost of the policy, I mean, I'm just gonna like lay it out for you guys. I have $268,000 worth of insurance, and it was $52 a month. So I don't think that's costly, and I only have a $500 deductible, and it covers the replacement cost of everything. So not what I could, you know, what it would be worth like used, but what it costs to purchase. Yep, down to spoons and plates. Everything costs. Like I said, it's, you know, we went to 4 or 5 places yesterday, and the only number we knew was 700. It was like 700. And we didn't even buy anything. I mean, we bought a couple of suitcases, some cords, you know, and the guys bought a couple pairs of shorts. I mean, we really didn't even. I bought I had a Snoopy blanket that I was sleeping with, you know, when the fire broke out, and that blanket that I bought isn't as thick as that other one, but it's nice. It'll work till the winter, and then hopefully they'll have thicker ones in winter. That's your shoe size. Okay, well, I'll if they're ones that you don't want, I'll donate them if I can't use them. So that would be great. Love you too, Jenny. Jenny says she's sorry about the kitties, Nick. Useless loss. Yes, Lee, that's very right. And that's, I think, why I'm so pissed off, you know. And let me tell you, like, when I get done, these people will not have a real estate license. You know, like, you don't, the smoke detectors never worked. Never worked. I was a landlord in California for 20 years. I can tell you that every time my management company went through the house, you know, when somebody moved out and somebody was moving in, they tested those smoke detectors. And every single time somebody moved out, I ended up having to buy more smoke detectors or a new carbon monoxide thing. Half the time the tenants stole them. I don't know what that's about. But, I mean, I know that I purchased those things over and over and over and over and over because they weren't working. I mean, wouldn't that be part of the get ready for somebody new to move in, would be to test those things? They were wired to an alarm system that never was used in the house since I've been there. So there was nothing. Is there anything you need? No. Hi, Spudge. We'll hug back. In my country, it's a law. Where are you from, Lucy? They don't have an asshole after they're done. Yeah, well, they're not going to have a real estate license. I can tell you that. I have the license numbers, and I will be making a report to the Texas Department of Real Estate because property managers owe a duty to the people who live in the homes that they care for, and these people were, in my opinion, grossly negligent, if not criminal. Dawn says she's heartbroken for you, Nick, and she's sending you all her love. I trust and believe, Jenny, they will be held accountable. There's no possible way I'm going to let them do this to somebody else. Absolutely fucking not happening. Smoke and carbon monoxide detectors are so important. Hardwired battery backup is what to have. Yes, it is compulsory to have smoke detectors. Hi, Diane. In California, it's mandatory that every rental have at least one smoke detector, if not per room. Yes, and you also have to have a carbon monoxide detector on every floor. So you know, if the guys hadn't been up, we wouldn't be here. That's it. You know, and like I said, all of this was 100% avoidable. And we did some research on what it would have taken to fix this air conditioning unit, and we're talking about, what was it, Dustin? A couple $1,000s?
If that, maybe like $1,500. Not much.
To
Very
fix it.
nominal.
And all of this would have been avoided. This is from Germany. Smoke detectors must be installed and maintained. They're checked once a year. Yes. We need to check the ones here. You know that? There's one there. There's one there. I don't think we should sleep anywhere that we don't check the smoke detectors anymore. We got to have a hard and fast rule here. That's not good. It's so important for people to know. Yes, universe is not ready. Well, they better get ready, especially after they came to the house and, you know, talked down to us, treated us like garbage. Like, who does that? Who does that? And when you get a minute, like if you're bored, Google 31 Realty in Allen, Texas, and read the reviews, but not just the reviews, read their responses to the reviews. Like one person said, oh, they took my rent out 8 times on the same day, and they responded, we're going ahead with the eviction. Like, what?
They're douchebags.
Yeah, they're freaking horrible. They're freaking horrible. I should post that video of them. Late Yogi Bear. So, do you guys want to hear this letter that I wrote to the management company? I'm so glad Nick and Dustin were there. Well, I am too, because I wouldn't be here. So there's that. And do your lungs hurt today? Mine do. Here's the remedies if you guys want them. We need to do these twice a day. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. Okay, so this was July 19th. So what's today? Today the 20th? So a little over a month ago. Dear Mr. Blank, I'm writing to you in pursuant to Section 18B of my lease of the Texas Property Code, Section 92.201, for the property located, the address. I'd like to bring to your attention the following repairs that are needed at the above referenced property, a number of which are outstanding issues that have been piling up due to your company's refusal to take steps to remediate them. Number 1. One of the toilets is not properly sealed. When flushed, water floods on the floor in the bathroom where the toilet meets the floor. I've created a maintenance request for this in your tenant's portal as per my lease. Please arrange this repair. I requested in early June. So here it's July 19th, and I requested this in early June. I've asked numerous times now for the owner's name and contact information since June of 2021 to no avail. I don't understand why for 13 months you refused to provide this information you're required by law to provide upon request. So I've requested that in writing numerous times. I'm not sure exactly how many times, maybe 4 or 5 in the various letters. And they're required to provide that within, I forget how many days, but it's a short period of time, like a week. And they just ignore me. Okay, so number 3. There's still a leak in the geothermal. So this is what I think caused the fire. There's still a leak in the geothermal, which was first reported nearly a year ago. To date, no steps have been taken to make this repair, despite the fact that the home is using water continuously, causing me to get outrageous water bills and warnings from the city. So I used in the month of October last year 240,000 gallons of water. And the outside was using 45 gallons of water per hour continuously, 24 hours a day. And the sprinklers were off because the sprinklers didn't work. One of the valves was stuck, and anytime we turned it on, even though we didn't turn on that station, that one would just flood. So the irrigation was off. And then the house was using 25 gallons of water continuously every hour on the hour. And I mean, I live there by myself, and there's I take a couple showers a day, and I eat off paper plates. I don't really even wash dishes, I mean, how much water would I realistically be using just doing laundry and taking showers for one person? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So geothermal. Okay, I'm from California. Geothermal's all new to me. I'm learning about it, but this is how it works. So you have, and actually, Dustin, you can help me. So you have the AC unit is heated and cooled by water. So there's a loop of galvanized pipe that goes 250 feet below the home. Mm-hmm. And that loop is what maintains the system. So,
well, what happens is, if I understand correctly, there's that loop, It comes up out of the ground, and then there's hot water on one side and cold water on the other. The hot water goes to a turbine where it makes steam, and then it sends it out. I don't know what it does.
That's what makes the heater work, basically.
Yeah.
When you turn the heat, that's what gives you the hot
But
air.
it also does it for the air too, I believe.
Correct. The cold side goes for the air.
Yeah. But
So
there wasn't enough water in there. It's our theory.
So
our
because
working theory.
okay, so a year ago, when I started complaining about this stuff, they would send out plumbers to look. So they would hire a plumber, have the plumber come out and give an estimate, and then they would, and then 2 or 3 weeks would go by and I'd be like, "Are you going to fix this stuff?" And then they'd send another plumber. So they sent like 4 different plumbers out to make estimates, but so many months went by and they weren't actually fixing anything. So the first guy told me, the first plumber that came out, he turned off the water to the irrigation. So we cut that 45 gallons an hour like immediately, and then he went around and he diagnosed each and every thing in the house. So there was 2 toilets that were leaking. There was a pretty severe leak in the garage, reverse osmosis unit, and I think that was it. So he turned all those waters off to all of those things. He turned off the water to everything within the house, and it was still using 11 gallons of water per hour. So at that point, that's like a process of elimination that 11 gallons has to be going to the loop, because that's the only thing that they can't access to diagnose. So that loop for the geothermal was using 11 gallons of water an hour, and that was last year. It has since gone up to 19 gallons of water an hour. And so I think what's happening is like that cold water is supposed to be coming up to cool the unit, and it's not able to cool the unit. So my theory is that the unit overheated and caught fire. So that's my working theory. There doesn't appear to be a whole lot that would like refute that. I mean, there of course are other possibilities, but that's my working theory. So okay, so back to the letter. There's still a leak in the geothermal, which was reported nearly a year ago. To date, no steps have been taken to make this repair, despite the fact that the home is using water continuously, causing me to get outrageous water bills and warnings from the city. Unfortunately, as a consequence of hundreds of thousands of gallons of water running unabated beneath the home, I fear that it may be affecting the foundation. I've noticed that some of the doors don't close week by anymore, and the columns on the north side of the house appear to be shifting week by week, as well as dozens of new cracks in the concrete outside. Since you continue to sit on your hands, I feel it's incumbent upon me for my own safety and the good of the home to have this issue assessed on my own, and will report via my attorney the findings and associated costs. So I had started the ball rolling on that. There's not a lot of people that work on geothermal, and I had a guy come out a couple of weeks ago, and he couldn't find the loop. So he knows the guy who built the house because he's worked on the property over the years, and he was going to contact the cardiac surgeon that built the house and see if he could find out who drilled for the original loop, and then he could get the plans, and then we would be able to address it. So it was just like, in process of trying to get that. Okay, so number 4, there's a leak in the irrigation system, which was reported last fall. Now remember, this is this is last month. My lease says I'm required to water 15 minutes per day. Your refusal to make this repair has made it impossible for me to water the grounds as per my agreement. Instead of scheduling a repair, you canceled my maintenance request. So I would go into their tenant portal and I would make a maintenance request, and then they wouldn't fix it, and they'd either just cancel it or mark it fixed. So that's been an ongoing thing. Unfortunately, since you continue to sit on your hands, the grass and landscaping I planted are now dead. The sweltering heat and lack of rain or irrigation has finally taken its toll. So it's been last summer. I mean, it was only my second summer in Texas. So last summer it rained like almost every other day. So it didn't matter that the sprinklers didn't work. But this summer we've had no rain whatsoever, and we had like probably from June 1st to around maybe a week ago, it was well over 100 degrees every single day. Okay, so this was completely avoidable had you acted on just one of my many pleas to address the situation. Number 5, the dishwasher's been broken since last August. I don't particularly like using dishwashers. I think they smell like feet. But when people come over and stuff, it's nice to have a dishwasher to use. You asked me via text message to schedule for Bosch to come out and fix it. I did that and sent you the diagnostic in February 2022, which basically said it would cost more to repair it than it would to replace it, and then we should replace it. Since then, nothing's been done to replace the unit. They did text message me at like 10 o'clock at night, maybe a couple months ago, and they asked me, well, is the dishwasher fixed? And I'm like, well, since it didn't fix itself, no, it's not fixed. Whatever. Okay, number 6, the decking on 2 corners of the pool is lifting. So, like when you would step on it, it was kind of like a diving board. It would just go whoop, and you would fall in. And it was both corners, you know, in the shallow end closest to the house. And my theory is that the shifting from all the water under the house was causing that. Because I mean, I've been in a lot of houses with pools. I've never seen decking like break like that. It just seemed weird. This is a slip and trip hazard to anyone using the pool. When the decking is stepped on, it lifts. This is a very dangerous situation and should be addressed immediately. Number 7, both back door handles routinely come off in my hand and refuse to stay mounted on the doors. This has been a problem since I've been there. This is a security risk as I cannot secure the home by locking the doors. Please have this addressed immediately. Despite the ongoing litigation, so I did serve them with a lawsuit, I'm not sure exactly when, maybe late May. I remain eager to address these issues and move forward. So I was, I never really wanted money. I just wanted them to fix the issues. An ounce of cooperation from you in these matters would be appreciated. Nonetheless, should you continue to choose to ignore my requests, I'll take action to make repairs as I deem necessary and withhold the associated costs from future rent payments. I've also requested these repairs via your tenant portal, although you've closed some of them inexplicably without repairing them. So the repairs that I did make to the minor leaks in the toilets and stuff like that, and the diagnostic for the dishwasher, I deducted from my March rent, and they still are charging me, they still have that outstanding. Like they're saying that I'm past due. So look, so now they're showing me that I owe them $8,717 for this month. So you can see like August, they're showing that I'm past due. So every month they show that $717 that I deducted fully legally with good cause. They're still showing that I owe them that. So, and then they keep telling me, oh, you're past due. We're going to charge you late fees. And I'm like, with all due respect, I don't owe you anything. So, you do whatever you need to do. If you want to charge me late fees, charge me late fees. I mean, obviously I'm not going to pay them. And I mean, I don't know who they think they're dealing with, but that kind of stuff might work on some people. I could tell you right now, it is not going to work on Jen Gerard. Jen Gerard does not take that kind of shit. I am not afraid to advocate for myself. I get that that's not some people's strong suit. Some people are good at something, some people are good at others. You know what I mean? I can't build or fix anything to save my life, but I can advocate for myself. And so, I'm just not gonna, tolerate. And then, I've sent them, so this is just one of the letters. So here in the state of Texas, you're required to send a written notice. So I always, made requests in their tenant portal because that's what my lease says I'll do. But then I would follow up with a letter and I would send it via FedEx so that I would have proof that it was delivered. And that's how, so that's how I've done it from the beginning. They just don't like respond. They just act like they never even get the letter. Or, sometimes they'll send somebody out to look and not actually repair anything. So, I'm sending them letter after letter after letter after letter. I'm telling them, look, in the earlier letters, I'm telling them I'm going to take all, I'm going to exercise all of my legal options, and they still don't do anything. I mean, at that point, if you continue to just send more letters and you don't do something else, they have no reason to take you seriously, right? So I hired a lawyer. I had her send them a letter, and they acted like they didn't even get it. They ignored her. So after they did that, then, after, several weeks went by and they hadn't responded to the letter, I said, well, Sharon, what do you recommend? And she said, well, she said, I hate to say it, but I think we're going to have to file a lawsuit because if we can't get them to respond, she said, I thought at least they'd have their attorney call me or something. But they clearly were not interested in addressing the issues of the property. So, she's like, either you have to, learn to live with these things and bear the expense of fixing them yourself, or file a lawsuit and force them to, you know, the judge will force them to repair it. She says they're 100% in the wrong, and you've documented everything meticulously. So, you know, anyways, so there's that. God was watching over you and sent his two angels to help Nick and Dustin. No doubt. They are mouthy, sassy angels, but they are yet angels. Hi, Kristen. Do I know what the owner of the house has had to say about all this mismanagement? I don't know. I suspect. I can only suspect. I suspect that they are friendly, because he hired a property manager from a town that's a significant distance from the home. So, like, if you're going to hire a property manager, you would hire one that's close by, where their maintenance person could just run by and fix stuff. You know, like, it makes it a lot easier. And that was some of the problem, that they didn't have, you know, repair companies that they could call in the area that they were familiar with and worked with all the time. So, so I suspect that they're friendly, or at the very least, like, one, you know, the owner was referred to this particular company. So that's what I'm thinking. Is Weird Color Guy in here? Hey. Okay. Hey, Tatanka Peach. My husband is a lawyer in Texas. Jennifer, are you working with a good lawyer? I believe she's a good lawyer. I really like her. Always open to getting a second opinion. You know, I think that Sharon probably could use some help on this, but we'll see as it goes, you know, further down the line. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Tanya. Do you plan on buying your own home instead of renting again? Cheryl, probably not, only because a lot of you guys know that I have the crazy person from California, the reason I left California. So, you know, if I buy property, there'll be records of me, and it would make me easier to find. So at this particular location, there was no way that he ever would have found me, not in a million years. So for my own safety, I think I'm probably done being a homeowner for now. Okay. Don't take this stuff from them. You're smart, strong, brave, and beautiful. Thank you. You're so sweet. I remember meeting you in San Diego. Diane, I believe it's criminal as well. Somebody on my Facebook page posted some excerpts from the State Attorney General's office, so that's on my list of things to do as well. I will be making a report to the Attorney General's office regarding the smoke detectors. If it was like a single homeowner that didn't know the regulations and stuff, you know, you might be able to offer them a little bit of grace. But this is a property management company. They know very well what they're required to do. They just choose not to do it. Do I have a tenancy tribunal? I don't know what that is, so I don't think so. We have just like regular court. So we filed a lawsuit in the county court. And of course now we've upped the amount because of that. You know, because now I've lost all my belongings and stuff. That's why I like owning my own home. I don't have to rely on a landlord. Yeah, Cheryl, I understand. I was a homeowner for 28 years, but just due to security reasons, I don't feel it's smart.
Found his social and birth certificate.
You found what?
His social and birth certificate.
Whose? Dustin's?
Mm-hmm.
Where was it?
My girl.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. Have they reached out to you since the fire offered to help in any way? Well, I'll tell you that in a second. You're strong, but take care of yourself. I will. Definitely. I mean, one thing I'm finding out is I'm really, on one hand, like I'm seeing the worst in people. These people who did this to me did it with such a depraved indifference to, you know, our lives and our possessions, but at the same time, oh, you guys are too cute. Uh-oh. These two give me diabetes. They're so cute together.
Well, he found my birth certificate, my social security card, so that's very important.
All right. Well, I think you should give him a blowy or something. I don't know. I think that's worth something.
No, that cold sore in his lip.
I don't have no fucking cold sore, bitch. Girl, have you even washed that thing since the fire?
I washed it yesterday, thank you.
What?
My ass.
Oh, I don't know, Tanya. I just read the letter, and I talked about the smoke detectors. I'm sorry you have to continue to stress over past issues and can't feel safe. Honestly, since I've been here to Texas, I do feel safe. Because like I said, I knew that he could never find me.
So curious.
I slept with bear spray under my pillow for 5 years, and if you asked me where my bear spray was in this house, I would have a harder time telling you because I had it like at the end of my arm in the other house. That's how I maintained my sanity. But immediately when I came to Texas, I started to feel like my old self because, number one, somebody can't just get drunk or whatever and come over and decide to murder me. Like they have to actually spend time planning it. It's a 24-hour drive. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that would intervene in between, and there would be, as I said, absolutely no way for them to find me. Oh yeah, they're fun. They're fun. They're funny. We definitely laugh a lot. So whoever asked in the chat, they did call me on Monday, and they said, "Oh, we're so sorry, and what can we do?" And I said, "You know what you could do? You can fuck off. How dare you? How dare you call me and offer to help when I've been begging you for over a year now to address these issues and take them seriously?" And they said, "Well, is it okay if we call and check on you?" And I said, "You can call and check on my lawyer."
It's funny because the next day they didn't even know you lived there.
Yeah, then they showed up at the house. So that was Monday. They showed up at the house on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, we chased a lot of people off the property because apparently there's people that just will go to a house like that because they know it's not secure and they'll steal whatever they can, and they wouldn't know until they got well into the house that there was nothing to steal. So we've been, so we chased a lot of people off the property, looky-loos, and for me, fuck it, you know what I mean? I'm in a frame of mind where I'll just walk right up to them. They're like, "Oh, there's somebody over there," and I'm already like I got shot out of a cannon halfway down there, and I'll just walk up and I'm like, "Hi, can I help you? Does my misery entertain you?" So somebody yelled out, "Hey, there's people on the property. They're in the back." So they snuck. They came in. The gate obviously was open because after they cut the power, there's no way to open and close the gate. So the gate was wide open. They came in the gate. They made a sharp left turn and snuck through the trees around the back of the house. So they were out by the pool. And I go out there, and so there's the first person. They were kind of in a line. So the two women were on the far side of the pool, and the man was on the side of the pool that I came to. So I walked right up to him and I said, "Can I help you?" And he said, "Well, I'm an adjuster with the insurance company. Here's my business card. I just need to look around." I said, "Okay, great. I know who you are." And then the woman behind him, I said, "Can I see your business card, please?" And she said, "Well, I don't have a business card." So she takes out her phone and she shows me a picture of her business card. So I just tapped her phone and texted it to myself, And I gotta tell you guys about the farmers. You're gonna die laughing. So she texts me. I text myself, her business card, and then so there it is, right? And then she says, "Oh, she's with the property management company." She says, "She's Susan. You've talked to her." And I'm like, "So you're the one that tried to kill us, basically. You're the one that hasn't fixed any of this, And then she takes out her phone and starts recording me. So of course, Nick takes out his phone and starts recording her, and he's like, I'm like, "I don't care if she's recording me. No, trust me, I was ripping her a new one, but fully deserved, and they're thinking that this video somehow makes them look good. It doesn't. I don't know anybody who wouldn't.
Go make sure you get her in camera too. I was like, "I am, bitch."
So who wouldn't go on a profanity-laced tirade after what they just did? They killed Nick's cats. I lost everything, and we almost died.
I almost lost my mom's ashes.
It
was bitter.
I mean, who wouldn't be upset? So, then she starts mouthing off and telling us how she has a right to be there. And I'm like, "You have a right to be here with 24 hours notice if you're the property manager. This farmer's agent has no business being there. Little Quan Lu needs to go back to Allen, Texas and mind her own because it has nothing to do with, she has no business being on my property." And so I told him to leave. So I by that time, the guy had made his way around the front of the house while we were back there arguing with the two women. So I went out to the front of the house and I'm like, listen, you can stay. I'll gladly answer any questions that you have, you know, and, but they need to go because they're being hostile and condescending towards me and they can fuck off. So they need to go. And so then the women came around and I'm like, bye. And they're like, no, we could be here if we want. I'm like, bye. And then I said something else. I said, bye. So, you know, and then Nick and Deborah like escorted them off the property and they made like an 82-point turn trying to get off that. I've never seen people go so slow, like getting off the property. All they had to do was back up 10 feet and they could have turned their car around and gone straight out the gate. So they're there, right? And just like being rude and condescending. The one woman says to me, we're just here to see the house. So anything else you go with your lawyer. And I'm like, oh, trust and believe I will be going with my lawyer. They will be, you know, you won't be able to sit down when we get done with you. Can't believe you're still dealing with the psycho. Oh yeah, girl. They can respond to the lawsuit with a settlement offer over and above what you're asking for in damages. They won't. But it's okay because you know the facts are on my side, the law's on my side. Sad the company cares more about the car props. Oh yeah. So when we were leaving, the last day we were there, the contractor that he hires came out, and I like the contractor a lot. She's very nice, and she's a badass woman. So Chow came out. She said, "Oh well, Sam called me to board up the windows because he doesn't want anyone to steal the copper pipes." So you can get Chow out here to board up the windows, but you couldn't get Chow out here for the last year to fix this stuff. And she's pretty good. I mean, she fixed my toilet when I first moved in. I was like, girl, you are so good. Like, I love you. And it's not her fault. She works for him. Like, she owns her own construction company and she works for him. She's not one of them. You know what I mean? Like, she's a nice lady and you know, I'm sure he only hires her because she's not very expensive. Kathy wants you to know that she donated $25 to the Humane Society in Mom Kitty's name.
Oh, thank you.
Rest in purrs, little fur babies.
Yeah.
That's very sweet of you. Sad when my husband took his own life in my home. Oh, Tanya, I'm so sorry you went through that. Oh. We have people come in the home and do all kinds of things. I don't understand why people are monsters. I mean, honestly, there's like this vulture effect. So everybody wants to, you know, do the rebuilding, construction, whatever. Literally, when we pulled up to the house when the fire department was leaving, so Monday morning, like after because the fire kept reigniting, and after it, you know, they put it out all the times that they were going to do. But I ended up having to call them back a couple more times. But as we were leaving, I got out of the car to go talk to the fireman. And he's like, get back in your car. So I got back in my car and he walked over and he's like, do you see this blue Jeep behind me? And I said, yeah. And he said, that guy's waiting here because he wants to, like, you know, he said the vultures are circling and they're all gonna show up. And literally, I pulled in, he waited for the fireman to leave, the fire marshal, and then he pulled in right behind me and he's like, here's my business card, you know, like I want to, you know, I do construction and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's like 6 hours after the fire started. I mean, and then I went inside and I started like grabbing a few things that weren't destroyed, you know, and I'm handing them to Dustin at the door and I'm like waiting in the soot water in my flip-flops and and I get to the door and there's this really pretty lady. I just remember she had like really pretty eyelashes and big blue eyes, and she was helping Dustin put things in my car. And I just thought she was a neighbor. Well, she was from one of those companies too. I mean, people showing up everywhere. But you know, if you're on the property for a permissible purpose, then what you would do is you see that there's trucks. The reclamation people were there. Trying to get out because my exercise equipment and my washer dryer only had water damage, so they might work, you know. So they were getting that out of there and, you know, helping us grab our dishes and stuff because like the kitchen had mostly water and soot damage, not like no fire damage. So if you saw my thumbnail, like you could see the smoke detectors the ones that look like chocolate donuts, those were upstairs, and the one that looks like a normal smoke detector was downstairs. So kind of give you an idea of what it looked like. So, anyways, if you're there for a permissible purpose, you see there's a bunch of people. You go up to somebody, you find somebody, and you say, "Who's in charge here?" And then you tell the person in charge, "Hey, I'm so and so. This is my business here. I'm insurance adjuster. I'm this. I'm that. And I need to be here for this." And then nobody has any problem, right? Because that's what a professional does. You don't sneak onto the property and sneak around the back of the house when you can see that there's a bunch of people working out front. So, and like I said, when she told me that they're just there to see the house, and anything else, I can talk to my lawyer. I mean, I let them have it. I'm not gonna lie. I let them have it. They fully deserved it. I don't feel bad about it. I'm not gonna apologize for it. And I stand by my statement that they should fuck all the way off. I do not feel bad about the way that I spoke to them. And I just basically told them, how dare you? How dare you? If my friends hadn't been awake at 4 o'clock in the morning, I would be dead. My dog would be dead. My friends would be dead. How dare you? How dare you? And I've been begging you for a year to address these issues. And like I said, you guys heard the letter. That's just the last one. There's many, 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 many before that. So yeah, that's not a good thing. Oh, hey Gaz, how are you? Rose is here. Hi, Rose. And people can be so vile when someone has experienced a tragedy. Unbelievable, right? And then people I don't even know are, helping us, giving us things like, companies started sending me stuff. I posted on my Instagram story. I bought the new Revere when it came out a few weeks ago, and it burned up in the fire. And I literally ordered one while the house was burning down because my hair looks like crap. With if I can't I just love that tool. It's a great tool, and they not only I ordered one at 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it was while I was standing out front watching my house burn down, and they refunded my money and sent it to me anyways. Who does that? They reached out to me personally, and that's so sweet. Natasha Moore Cosmetics sent me some lipsticks. She might not even know that those are the only lipsticks I own. She's a friend. I sent her a box of stuff. She was sending me some stuff. People have been so kind to us. People who don't even know us have extended us so much kindness. And yet people who actually owed a duty to us did nothing. So, like I said, on one side you see the very best in humanity, all the people sending tweets and responding to my Instagram stories, leaving nice comments and encouraging us. Even Emily Baker, her law nerds, she said in her live stream the other night what happened to us, and people ask us, do you have a GoFundMe? No, we don't have a GoFundMe, but if you want to support us, support Your Art Cosmetics, because that's how I pay my stuff. And the law nerds not only placed orders, but they left the sweetest little notes on their orders, encouraging us and saying how sorry they were for the loss of the paw nerds, and that's the best of humanity. And then you get to see the worst, So Krista says, I sent all three of y'all a voice message on Insta DMs. I'll get to it. It's the way that Instagram compartmentalizes your stuff. Sometimes things end up in the requests and then they get hidden. So it's just weird. But I'm so relieved you're okay. And Nick has his mom. Yes, that was the one thing that Nick grabbed was his mom. So very sweet. You deserve all the sweet. I had a live last night and I was repping the company hard. Thanks, Sonia. I appreciate you. The law nerds do rock. The law nerds are awesome. And like I said, they're not just supporting the company. They're not just placing orders, but they're leaving notes on their orders. And when I go to make the shipping labels in the morning, I see all these notes and I'll read them to the guys, and it's just, just kind-hearted people. I've seen more than a few channels say buy from Gerard Cosmetics, especially the eye primer. Well, it is pretty good. Yeah, Hair AF is pretty sick too. but yeah, it's okay. So the woman, one of the women that came to the house was a farmer's agent, right? And she was the real bitch, and she was built like a linebacker, man. But I was ready to shove her in the pool. I didn't really care. Um, so that's not how a farmer's agent should behave. If if she is the agent for either the owner of the house or the property management company, which she didn't indicate that she was or she wasn't. But if she is the agent, she should be neutral. She should not be going there with a hostile attitude, trying to further psychologically damage people. You know what I mean? Like they were talking down to me and she's carrying her designer bag and I'm thinking, bitch, all my designer bags are upstairs burned up. So fuck you. You know, like you think you're gonna look down your nose at me because I'm wearing I literally had a $2 outfit on. I had a tank top and a pair of shorts I bought at Walmart for $1 each. And then I had the like tall, you know, that come up to your knee rubber boots. And I look ridiculous, you know, and but that's not what you're thinking, you know. You think that I'm not going to at least try to rescue, you know, my grandmother, the stuff that was my grandmother's. I mean, we did find some things. We found my baptism certificate. We found my vacation Bible school certificate because I was a teacher for vacation Bible school. We found a couple of portraits. We had a wedding at the house the month before, and we put a lot of stuff in the office. And the office didn't get hit that bad, so there were things in the office and the storage room next to it that we were able to retrieve. So I found a portrait of my animals that had passed away. I found a portrait of Yogi. There's a picture of some pictures of me and Yogi when he was a puppy and stuff like that. I mean, they were all just kind of stacked up and sitting there, and they're essentially undamaged. I mean, slightly damaged, but not, you know. And then they think that, you know, they're going to come there and talk down to me. So we were at Burger King yesterday having lunch, and I don't know, I haven't eaten Burger King in so long, but all of a sudden, we are like all about the Whopper. I don't know what's going on with them. All of a sudden, we're all about the Whopper. And so, so we're at Burger King having lunch, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to look up the CEO of Farmers Insurance email. So I looked up his email address, and I sent him a very simple email. And do you know that man called me an hour later? And I have to say, I have a ton of respect for someone in a position like that would pick up the phone and call like a regular person like me. But he was very nice. If I can find the email, I'll read it to you. It's very simple. Okay, here it is. I entitled it "Unacceptable Behavior," and I said, "Dear Mr. Daly," his last name is Daly, spelled the same as Dustin's. "My house burned down in the early morning hours of Monday morning. Myself and my house guest narrowly escaped death with only the clothes on our backs. I would like to discuss with you the disgusting, uncalled for, unprofessional, and unacceptable behavior of one of your agents surrounding this incident. Please call me," with my phone number. And he did call me. I told him what happened. He was a gentleman about it. You know, he apologized on behalf of Farmers Insurance. He told us that he was grateful that we were alive and that he knew that it was going to be a hard road for us to come back, but he was you know, hopeful that we would get through it. So you know, like I said, I'm nobody. He actually did pick up the phone and call me. You know, I suspected that he'd have an assistant or somebody reach out to me, but I gave him her information. I guarantee you, she is so fucking fired. It is not even funny. And we were in the parking lot at Target, and by the time we hit the toiletry aisle, I said, you know what? They're handing her last paycheck right now. Oh, you know what? This is Chanel. Let me take this. Hello? Hello? Yes, that's me. Hi, Valencia. How you doing, dear? Okay. Let me write down how to get that to you.
Okay. And I do have an email address for you, which they are going to email back to us.
Okay. So they just need to say that she just needs to say that she's insurance adjuster for Nationwide Insurance, and that they want my purchase records from Chanel from such and such a day to such and such a day. Right?
Yes, just a formal request for the purchase verification, letting them know it's the insurance company and they just need to verify your purchase history with Chanel. That's basically it.
Okay. Okay. Can you give me the email address that needs to go to?
Sure, it's gonna be customer care .us @chanel.com.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, and once we receive that, then the team lead is gonna move forward with your verification letter.
Okay, I'll get a hold of the adjuster on Monday and I'll get that done.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer, for being so understanding.
Oh, Valencia, you're a sweetheart. Thank you for calling me back. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great weekend.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
She was so nice. I talked to her earlier. Did the Red Cross come? They offered to call the Red Cross for us, but because I have insurance, like I don't want to use up resources that somebody else might really need. I do have insurance, and they did get us by the time the house had finished burning, we already had a hotel set up, and they, a few hours later, they sent me $5,000 just, for the few things that we might need that, in the first couple of days. So I really, I can't, I can't complain. Like, I didn't want to take resources from other people. So thankfully you're able to find some things. Yes, and the things that we found were very sentimental. The one thing that I'm so upset about, I had a friend that died about 10 years ago, just 38 years old, just sat down in a chair and never got up. And she had given me this sign. And so, like, when I move into a new place, I have two things. I put my cow rock on the porch before I walk in, and then when I walk in, I hang my sign, and it said, happiness isn't a destination, it's a way of life. And I feel like those are just words to live by. Mindy was so special, she gave it to me, and it just reminds me, like how important, what's important in life. And unfortunately, we weren't able to find that. So that's the one thing that I'm most upset about, probably, is that just had a lot of sentimental value and has just become part of who I am. So I'm upset about that. But I have my memories of my friend, and also in my bedroom I had she had a clothing store, and we all bought everything down to the carpet out of her store, so her husband could do her burial. And her friends just went to the store, we opened it, and we sold everything. Everybody, we posted on Facebook, and we got so many people to come and buy stuff. We sold $28,000 in one day. And it was crazy. So I bought this table. It was a wrought iron table with a glass top, and the iron was that thick around. It's melted. It's gone. It had all my animals' ashes on it and stuff. And then I had a bench that I bought from hers that was at the foot of my bed that Yogi used to step on to climb into my bed, and that's melted too. It's like, that's crazy. What you see, yo? Ooh, they're fishing out there right by the dock. Yeah, so anyway, she's fired, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about it at all. She should be fired after the way she looked. Tanya says Jen's lip liners are wonderful. They really are. Yes. Our Allstate agent had a check for $10,000 for us the day after the tornado. They were fantastic. Yes, Cheryl, that's what a good insurance agent is going to do. The good insurance agent doesn't go to the property and harass people who just lost everything. That's, and we're not even sure if she's their agent. She may be, she may not be. But either way, the behavior was completely unprofessional, totally inappropriate, and not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. So, hi, Michelle is here, just to give us money for a place to stay. Yeah, you don't even know. We went to Walmart. I was wearing that dress, and I'm covered in soot water because it was raining soot water in the downstairs. But I was, waiting around in there. If you guys have ever seen the movie Titanic, there's stuff floating. That's what it was like. It was just stuff floating in ankle high, soot water, and I had been going through there, and I was soaked, covered in soot, didn't even have a pair of underwear on, and I had to go to Walmart like that to buy something else to wear. And I mean, we didn't even buy anything. We bought toothbrushes for the guys, toothpaste, shampoo, you know, stuff like that, and maybe a couple changes of clothes, and it was $600. You know, I mean, obviously, I have credit cards and stuff like that, but it was just nice that he was like, well, I'm gonna just send you this money right now. That was so nice. The last of sentimental things get you right in the fields. Yes, it does. We've never needed anything from the Red Cross either. We let them help others. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's why like we didn't, people ask, can we do GoFundMe's? No, we don't want to GoFundMe because I might not have anything, but I have resources and I'm in a lot better position than a lot of people. And I can't take from people that have less than me. I just can't. It's just not right. My renter's insurance sounds phenomenal. Soulshine. Yes. What a blessing. I'm with Nationwide, and Nationwide has very good rates too. So look into them. I've had them off and on for like 25 years. I just stopped them for my car insurance. They didn't want to insure my car because it's in my company name, but I've had a couple of claims over the years and they've been very good. I had a car that got totaled and one that got stolen, I think, and they've been very good. So I have no complaints about them at all. And I was actually kind of glad that I didn't have an agent because I was able to call them at 4:00 in the morning and they were able to get stuff going. Probably not the worst dressed person in the Walmart, to be fair. Oh no, technically Tracy, I was getting some looks. I'm not gonna lie, and I was like, God, I'm the Walmart people. You have them for your pet insurance. I have FIGO for pet insurance. Nationwide was really expensive for the pet insurance. So, and of course, Yogi's already had the knee replacement. So, oh, hey, Andrew, how are you? Yeah, most people are very nice. And like I said, I very much respect the Farmers CEO. And I told him, listen, I've had Farmers Insurance a few times over the years and I've had great agents, but I just don't think that this person represents you well. We're not even sure if she was there for a permissible purpose, but even if she was, why would you act like that? And since there was video of the exchange, I sent him the video so that he could watch it. And I said, look, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to tell you that I didn't tell her to go fuck herself because I did. But, I'm a very plain-spoken person. I tell things like I see it. And, ever since I started cursing, it's a release, I feel calm, I don't know how to explain it, but the cursey words, they make me feel zen, so I told him, like, I'm not going to lie, like, I did, but who wouldn't in my position, and if she's an insurance agent, her job is to deal with people when they're going through the worst circumstances. Her job is not to advocate for one side or the other, her job is to make sure that everything is taken care of. So, Sandy says she needs a new insurance company. You just had your car totaled. Oh no, I hope you weren't in it. And I'm not sure what'll happen now. You have State Farm. Yeah, you know what? I had State Farm when I was in California, and I had some stuff stolen like right when I was moving. And I contacted my insurance company, and they told me my deductible was $38,000, and I almost crapped my pants. I'm like, are you kidding me? How is my deductible on my homeowner's insurance $38,000? You have to be kidding me. I mean, 99% of the claims would be for less than $38,000. So, you reach a certain point in adulthood where cursey words become part of life instead of naughty. Well, I'll go with that. It's cathartic cussing someone out. Yes, it really is, and especially when they really, really, really deserve it. It really is. Smudge says Nick and Dustin's influence is strong. No, it really wasn't them. You know what it was? When George Gascon's office, that piece of shit district attorney in Los Angeles, dropped the criminal charges against my stalker and basically told him that it was okay if he wanted to murder me and I had to leave California. That's what did it. Because I felt like, why do I have to leave, just so I can live, because this guy's an asshole. So, yeah, it didn't have anything to do with Nick and Dustin. But trust me, they love Cursey Jen. They think Cursey Jen is way more fun. But yeah. Cursing is a release. I curse like a sailor. But I love when you curse, Sandy. Andrew says, I cried for you all today. I'm just learning of this tragedy. You're very blessed, sweetheart. Thank you so much. We're good. You know, we're very, very, very lucky to be alive. Very, very, very lucky to be alive. And Nick lost his beautiful kitties. So, you know, it's that part is hard. But you know what? Everything else is just stuff. And you know, like I've never seen a hearse with a U-Haul behind it. We can't take anything with us, and you know, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. And I'm definitely going to make sure that the people that are responsible for this are gonna pay and never be able to do anything like that again. Kathy says F-bombs do empower you, right? Who knew? I'd have done it a long time ago. Soul Shine says, the other night after your fire, I was going to bed and made sure to put panties on after your story of Dustin. See your VJJ. Yes, he is. I think he's more traumatized by seeing my vagina than the fire itself. He told the lady at Target yesterday, the lady that was checking us out, we were having a good time. He's like, yeah, I'll get over the fire. He's like, but I don't know. I'm going to need therapy for that. But yes, wear underwear to bed, people. The important part of any insurance is to check the deductible. Yes, clearly, a lesson I learned the hard way. You have such a positive way about you. I'm inspired by you. You're a wonderful human. Thank you so much, Michelle. Like, you know, I mean, you get to a point where you just, I don't know, I think if you're in this situation, because you never think that you would be able to handle it, but, you know, they say God can't give you more than you can handle, and I guess that's true, so. Hi, LB Linda. Good morning. I said mass today for all three of you. Thank you, Weird Colored Guy. It's good to see you. Hi, Rose's Realm. How are Nick and Dustin's puppers? They're great. They're doing good. Dustin and Nick are angels to you. They really are. I mean, Dustin saved my life. They could have just run out of the house and tried to call me or whatever, you know. I'm a very heavy sleeper. I don't know how he got my door open. I don't know how. I mean, he was pounding on the door. And Yogi and I are both heavy sleepers. So Yogi didn't bark. It didn't wake me up. You know, it was bad. Just mentioning it because I also got shocked by a high deductible on renter's insurance once. Yep. Well, my deductible with Nationwide is $500. And like I said, I have a good amount of coverage. Not enough to replace everything, but enough to, you know, enough so that now that the boys are, we're going to get a place together, you know, we'll be able to get the things that we need. And, you know, we're not going to do without anything. Thanks God for the insurance. Our fire alarm would go off every day from people using their apartment's weed. So when it was real, I almost didn't answer my door. This experience has never left me. I built a lot of character. Yes, buddy. I mean, that's true. It's like, I don't know. I mean, for me, that's like, it's always been my biggest fear. So, I mean, in some ways, like, we did conquer the biggest fear because my biggest fear is like the house would burn down with me in it, and you know, and I would lose myself or my pets. Like, that's the very worst fear. And you know, while we experienced every bit of that, especially losing the kitties and stuff, I feel like we are still here. You know, so I just think that, you know, God must not be done with us because we wouldn't be here otherwise. And you know, I just don't think that there's enough times in your life when you know that you're exactly where God needs you to be. And we have to be, because we shouldn't be here. So if we're here, we have to be where God wants us to be. He must have something coming for us that is gonna be better than this. And honestly, you know, that's rock bottom. I'm not gonna lie, rock bottom sucks ass. But when you get to rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. So, you know, there's that too. I don't know.
Hey, at least you get cell phone reception at rock bottom.
Right? We did get cell phone reception at rock bottom. That is good to know. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you. Yes, Rose, it's been a long time. I'm just glad you're all safe. It's tragic to have you start over with nothing. I couldn't imagine. I'm so glad you all have each other, and I have followed Nick and Dustin for years. Yeah. Shadley, I mean, Like I said, we're gonna be okay. I told the guys yesterday, I'm like, listen, you guys, like, our wardrobes are starting to balloon. We really need to slow down on the buying because I know I have enough clothes now that will fill like half a drawer, and I think we just need to like slow it down a little. I mean, I was the worst, you guys. I was the worst. I had at least 100 pairs of Lululemon pants. At least. I mean, does anybody really need 100 pairs of Lululemon pants? If you gain and lose 40 pounds, like I have, then yes, you probably do. But I mean, you know, so many pairs of Nikes. I think I had about 50 pairs of Nikes. You know, I mean, does anybody really need that? No. Can I get by just fine with 3 pairs? Yes, I can. So, you know, hopefully I'll be different this time around and not feel the need to, you know, buy every color of something or whatever. You know, hopefully I learned that just none of it's important. Michelle wants you to know, Nick, that she's sorry for the loss of your kitties. He says thank you. I don't know if you can hear him. Arizona Girl says, good morning, Jen. Hope you all have a great day. Thank you for the daily update. Yes, ma'am. The Ice Princess is like Winona song, when you hit rock bottom, you've just got 2 ways to go, straight up or sideways. It's true. I thank God you're okay and everyone is. Yes. It's a restart that might be much needed for you. Yes, I agree with that. I mean, I think we're, like I said, we're going to be good. So at least we're here at the lake house until Tuesday. Tuesday night, as of right now, we're homeless. But Wednesday, we move into an Airbnb that's not too far from my office. And we've got that for at least 2 weeks. So I'm going to talk to the insurance adjuster on Monday and see if she'll at least like put us up there for the month. It's near the Six Flags, so I feel like the season of when people, you know, because they probably aren't full time anymore after mid-September. So I think they probably would only have, you know, possibly weekend guests after September. So I mean, this is probably their busiest season, you know, May, June, July, August. So, so we got from the 24th through the 7th of September. So hopefully we can get the insurance to agree to that for the month of September. And then we can, you know, hopefully at that time we can find a place, and, you know, if not, then we can talk about extending or whatever. But we did look at 2 places yesterday, but, you know, we made a decision that we don't want to just jump on the first place because it's a place to lay our heads and we can have a permanent home. I feel like we need to be more careful with that. So that's what we're doing. But anyways, yeah, the Six Flags is fun. It's a little like dilapidated, I would say, but it is fun. Oh, and that pisses me off. When me and Dustin went in May, we bought T-shirts because I don't know if any of you guys have like been following us since like the Stephen Mango days, but he accused me and Nick of being best friends and we didn't know each other. So I would go in Nick's chat and I'd be like, "Hey, best friend," and he'd be like, "Hey, best friend." It just kind of stuck, so I call him best friend. And so when we went to Six Flags, they had shirts that were like the friends writing, and one said best friend, one said girlfriend, and one said boyfriend. So we bought the set, and we never got a chance to wear them. So, but we'll have to go back to Six Flags. Hopefully they have them again, and we'll buy the shirts. Rose says, I have 2 cats and lost many before I know how it feels. Yes, like losing a pet it's like the worst thing ever. And, you know, especially since they were, you know, his mom's cats, like it's just, you know, it's just a bad situation. It was totally avoidable. You know, the incident commander from the fire apparently feels really bad about it. We were begging him to help us get the cats out, and there was plenty of time that they could, because the house didn't actually catch fire. Like the entire house didn't go up in flames until an hour after they came, and we were begging them that entire hour, please, can you just go get the cats? Please, can you just go get the cats? And they're like, no, they're safe where they're at. They're safest where they're at. And I was like, please, can you just go get the cats? You know, my friend lost his mom, and, you know, like, these cats are very important to him. Please, can you go get the cats? And, you know, they just kept telling us no. So I felt bad. You're in Grand Prairie, you love it here, but it's kind of out of the way. Yeah, the Airbnb we're looking at is in that area, so it'll be good. The firemen that are Smolder, it was a historic building and now it's new apartments. Ugh. Raina says her heart goes out to you, Nick. Raina says her heart goes out to you. He says thank you. Anyway, so we're gonna jump off. We're gonna go to the office and sort through the things that we were able to recover. Maybe plug some things in and see if they work or not. And that our friends are gonna come over and we're gonna. I think we're gonna barbecue and.
We might
And
have
then we'll-
to buy a grill because that's not a grill.
That's not a grill.
That's a smoker. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
To buy it cheap.
We can just buy
Brown
a cheap
grill.
grill.
that little Weber grill or whatever. I feel like we had one. Didn't we have a Weber grill?
Yeah, they're gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, whatever. It's probably with your cord.
Yeah.
Probably with the
Oh, in that closet.
No, it's probably with the cords I asked you about for your
Oh,
son.
well, I thought most of the stuff from outside wasn't too bad, but we had that little one. I was still in the box. Anyways,
Actually,
Thank you.
I think that was in the pool house.
It was in the
That
pool house?
thing.
okay, well, it is what it is. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. Hi, All That Beauty with Lori. Have a great day, and we'll check in with you guys either later on today or tomorrow. I'll try to show you guys the lake because it is pretty cool, and we'll talk to you soon.